You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter. And they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Plenty of season left to go. 3 months of football ahead as we are underway here in Week 4. Here's Miller on the return. And he gets across the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll get it up to the 44. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Back to the well again. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take a 6 lead right away.
Found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
Back-to-back carries here. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Howell from the gun. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. First time this game they've looked to him. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Howell out of the shotgun. Brought in by Chase near the sideline. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he works his way for a gain of 4. Working quickly here.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Another carry for him. And he'll be stopped after getting this down to the 31. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Throwing on 3rd, Howell. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Man in motion here. Howell now on 4th down. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They give it to him again. Juke the defender. Past the 25. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Kicking team on to try the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Vikings drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, Howell. He's throwing deep to the left side. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Vikings take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Here's a give up the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. McCarthy to throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up fourth and long. Minnesota lined up in punt formation. Back deep for the Saints is Rashid Shaheed. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. This lands deep into the end zone. We're picking things up at the 20 after the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Vikings are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
First down, ball at the 36. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
The give here on 2nd. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Complete beyond the marker. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. So that connection for a first will bring us to the end of the first. It's a 2-score game early. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. It's Vikings ball as we return for the second, and they've got to be thinking points here. Man in motion, out of the slot. On first down, he loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, that's just can't.
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Second down now, 7 to go. Putting a receiver in motion. They'll run now on second down. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be third and just a yard.
Well, the big guy gets him some positive yardage in close. It's not that the defense didn't expect run. I just don't think they expected him to be the one running it.
He gets it out left, and it's caught. Touchdown, Minnesota. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right? When you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath, and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings stretch their lead to 21. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to gift them a drive starting at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And there, it's Malik Neighbors. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down, Howell. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Offense up to the line fast.
A loss of 4 brings up 2nd and 14 at the 39-yard line.
Trying again, following the sack. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Vikings get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Oh, man, Brock, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. The give now out of the shotgun. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And they send a man in motion. Down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Complete out to the right side. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's all the way to the 5 before going out of bounds. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. It's the Vikings looking at 1st and 5. Try and punch it in. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Defense making a couple of good stops here, and this brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Here we go, right up the gut. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up.
This front, well, they've done a good job bending and not breaking. First down, didn't score. Second down, didn't score. And now third and goal, can't find the end zone either. That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
2nd and 10. Here's Howell. He beams one deep right side. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Not on the same page with his tight end. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Throwing now, Howell. He's trying to go deep again. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
I mean, you can see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they can focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
Howell throwing for it. Taken in by Shaheed. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. To throw again, it's Howell. Trying for the deep ball. And they pick him off again. And the Vikings make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half.
1st and 10 at their own 3-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this.
Saints nothing.
Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Getting right back to it after that interception. Hits his running back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Running for the marker on second. Blast through midfield. Inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
The Saints will line up for the two-point conversion.
He's throwing for it! And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete. Trying to chip away at that lead, but just not able to figure it out there to take another 2 points off.
Yeah, every one of these calls at this juncture of the game tells a story, and right now that story being told is this crew is feeling the pressure trying to chip away at those points. Maybe a little over-aggressive, as now they're still down big.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Here's Miller on the return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Rocky's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
They've got first down from the 31. Slot man motioned over. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And this won't amount to much. Tackled after a small run to the 32. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They've jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll run here following the penalty. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Completed to his running back. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10 from the 41. They motion the slot man right. Give now to the kick behind the line, and the ball is loose. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
This really should be the last place and the last down.
While a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover. So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Dom's the man in motion right. Handoff now out of the gun. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run in crossing that first down marker.
Going on 3rd, McCarthy. He has the first over the middle. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings push their lead further to start the half. It's a Romeo Doubs touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings continue piling onto this lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 79 Broncos.
Howell from the gun. Brought in by Chase near the sideline. And he got this close to midfield before going out. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Running this one left. He'll head out of bounds after a small gain. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
Let's go.
From the 47. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints make it an 18-point game. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Here's Miller on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30.
At their own 49-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Plowing up the middle. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on third down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Shotgun now on third down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, Brock, this substantial deficit sure hasn't toned the edge that this defense is playing with, huh? If anything, feels like they might be getting more aggressive, looking to make some sort of impact play.
And that's because turnovers are really the name of the game for this defense at this point, Kate. That aggressiveness still super welcome, no question. But they know it's not just incompletions, it's taking the ball away that's next.
Found some space to do a little damage there before they bottle him up. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And the Saints are going to have some work to do as they take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. And the shotgun. Howell finds a seam down the middle. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. To the air on 1st down. Howell. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this third quarter. So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Howell out of the shotgun. Finds him over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He picks up 28 on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Here's Howell, 1st and 10. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's a give on 1st and goal. And it's a gain down to the 5-yard line. A dose of the hurry up offense here.
A gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Going ground game again here. And he's in for the touchdown. The Saints get it back to within 2 possessions. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Man in motion here. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Hand off to the back. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain. Not a game-changing play by any means. But one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Putting a receiver in motion. Another carry for him. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later, for that next 3rd down coming.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And they corral him after a minimal gain to the 21. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Completed out to the left on that quick throw.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. The Vikings make it a 3-score game in the fourth. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating.
Look at you.
And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They kick the running back in motion. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. And that'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's trying another one deep. And it is intercepted, but he couldn't stay in bounds. Ooh, offense catches a break there. That was Jamar Chase he was looking for there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know, Kate, that's one of those instances where you try to walk that tightrope on the sidelines. Problem is, on a throw that far down the field, that is so hard to do, so difficult. I love the effort. Just couldn't quite find the execution.
Forced out to his right. Along the sideline, he brings it in. They say he got the feet down too. Excellent work. That play good for 17 and a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. From the 45 on second down. Into the hands of Neighbors. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Working from the pistol, Howell. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. It is caught left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the red zone now. He's got it. And this is down all the way to the 3. Trying to set this up quick. Going ground on first and goal. Has the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints get it back to within 2 possessions. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints make it an 11-point ball game. So even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And the Vikings bring in the onside kick. That should just about do it. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They hand this one off. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win.